right? Like, don't let it go.
Alright, so I just wanted to talk about my hoodie for a second. So if you don't already know, this is my new merch, I guess that's what you call it. Progress, not perfection. Okay, if you know me, you know that that is what I stand by. That is what I try to put out into the world and let people know. Okay, because we're not here to be perfect. We're here to make progress, and we're all constantly putting too much pressure on ourselves to be perfect. Okay, so anyways, that's my hoodie. And just like size reference, this is a medium, okay? And you know, it fits nicely. I could have gone up even, like it's definitely not oversized, so plan for that. I'm not well. Do not come at me, but I'm eating tofu with honey mustard. So, yes, I made it. Progress Not Perfection hoodies now on sale. On sale. Hi everyone. So as you guys know, I have a show coming up January 18th at the Bitter End in New York City, and tickets are now available, so you can purchase them. The link will be in the description here. They're $10, and yeah. Also my hoodie, Progress Not Perfection, $30. Link in description as well. Thank you. So just to like give you a little bit about myself, so I just wanted to come on here and say a couple things. So one, in my vlogs I have been mentioning that I'm sort of preparing for a show in January, so I'm very excited to announce that you can now get tickets to my show. January 18th, it's at 7 p.m, doors open at 6:30. It is in New York City, at a place called the Bitter End. It is downtown on Bleecker Street, so if any of you are interested and would like to come out, I would love to have you there. Yeah. So anyways, this is like the longest show that I've done before. I've done shorter shows where I was saying like, honestly, 4 to 5 songs at the most. This time I'm gonna be singing like 10 songs, so yeah, I'm very excited about that. And let's see. I guess another thing that every time I perform, I get like a little bit less nervous, but like I feel like the nerves just always come on because it's just like a mix of like, you know, a little bit of anxiety, but also like excitement. So yeah. Anyways, I hope that some of you can make it out. If you can't, hopefully you can make it to another one. So just to like give you a little bit about myself. So I've been singing, you know, for pretty much my whole life. When I was little, like I would sing my own songs. I literally remember the first song that I wrote, and I'm gonna show you guys right now. Right? I think I was like, I don't know, like 7 or something. And the song was, I'm right over here, and you're right over there. All I want is to be with you. Yeah. All right, so that was my first but yeah, so you know, like it's definitely been a journey, like with my music. Like I have gone through phases in my life where I've just like given up on it, and I was like, I suck, you know, like there's no point in pushing this, like I'm not gonna make it in any way, like, and I didn't really even know what I meant by making it, but I would just like give up on myself. Like, you know, I did have, you know, like a number of people telling me like, this is not what you should do. Like, you know, this can always be like a side thing, but like if you focus on this, you're just never gonna like, you know, be able to support yourself and like whatever. So I would honestly say even in high school, like the last 2 years of high school, like I really just didn't work on music at all. Like I just kind of stopped, and then I went to college, and the first year and a half still like didn't work on music at all, and just honestly stopped singing, like stopped telling people that I sing and stuff, you know, and really just gave up on that part of myself. Like I was just like, it's not worth pushing, you know. Like I said, I did have a number of people just, you know, putting these thoughts into my head that this just like wouldn't work and I wouldn't be able to like make this a career. And you know, especially as like a teenager, like at least for me, like it really got to me, and it just like I believed it, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Like I don't have what it takes. I'm a very like lively person. Like I'm always making jokes, I'm always making beats, like I'm just like always clapping and dancing and like singing randomly. Like that's just who I am. Like I'm a very creative and expressive person in that way. So, you know, it did feel like, I remember the first 2 years of college, especially when I didn't have my major yet, I was just like, I'm just getting through this to get through this. I don't really have interest in being here, you know. Like I definitely felt like I wasn't living as like true to myself as like I felt like, you know, I should be. And I remember I was kind of like grumpy, like I didn't want to be in school, like, or at least, you know, I'm very glad that I finished school, because it's given me opportunities that, you know, I wouldn't have had otherwise, and it's allowed me to meet people that have really changed my life. But, you know, so I'm glad. I don't regret going to college at all. When I did choose my major, I became a marketing and advertising major. So I was like City College of New York. Thankfully, I ended up meeting like tons of creative people when I got into my major, and it was just like so inspiring, and it definitely started to like shift my mindset a little bit, to just see other people like doing things that like they were passionate about. And then I met like one of my really close friends who, he basically was just like, he just kept pushing me to sing. Like as soon as he found out that I sing, he was just like, you gotta keep doing this. And then like, you know, anyways, like he's definitely a big reason why I went back to singing. And like at that time I was just singing covers, but even that, you know, it's really special for me to do that because it's like naturally what I enjoy doing. So anyways, so yeah, I just had people around me that really like pushed me to like be the most authentic version of myself. And like honestly, that is so important, you know. As soon as I finished school, like I just knew, I was like, I do not want to go into like public relations, I do not want to go into marketing. Like that is just not who I am. Like I would have literally felt like I was living the wrong life if I went down a career of like marketing and advertising. Like that is just not who I am. So with that being said, when I graduated, I was definitely singing a little bit more. Like I was definitely like expressing myself more creatively, so like that felt great. And I was like really passionate about sports. Like that's a whole nother thing I could get into, but like fitness and sports and just being active, like I've just always been really passionate about that as well. So when I graduated, I decided to become certified or get my certification as a personal trainer. And I honestly fell in love with it, and I've just been so lucky with my clients. Like I started off with one client, and from there, like it just like my business just sort of built itself off of word of mouth, and it's been like one of the biggest blessings in my life. Like, I really can't explain how wonderful it has been to have this career. However, what it took to get here, like, it was not easy, okay? And I don't just mean that by, like, you know, me having to like grind and like work, you know, and get these clients and keep these clients and like learn and you know, make mistakes and grow from it and all of that. Like, I've been a trainer now for about 5 years, and I would say the first 2 years I had, you know, great clients. Like, I mean, I just had so many clients. Like, I really never had to worry about it at all. And then there was a period of about 6 months where my clientele went down. You know, I was moving to a different place. So like, there was just a lot going on. And I also wasn't feeling the best about myself, and just like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I was really doubting, like, oh my goodness, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? You know, because up until that point, like, I really had gotten all my clients from word of mouth. I didn't have to do any sort of like advertising for myself, you know, and I was just like, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. It feels amazing. But then when I had I had lower clientele for about like 5 or 6 months, and I really started questioning things, you know, and I had people that were like, you need to go back to school. Like, you need to get to do something that's going to be steady and like support you, and just know that you're going to be financially stable, you know? And I was like, it's so crazy because I remember that time so well, and I would just go through my head. I was like, is it like, am I supposed to go back to school? Because for so long I was pushing against it, and I was just like, it doesn't feel like who I am. Like, it doesn't feel natural for me. Like, I had to push myself so hard to get through college. Like, I'm just not the type of person that like thrives off of being in a classroom. Like, it's not about learning. I love learning. I learn every day. Like, I'm constantly like pushing myself to learn, but in different ways. So for me, I truly was like, if I go back to school, I will be miserable. Like, I know myself. Like, we know ourselves, you know? Like, I'm about to be 27 years old. Like, you know, and this was like over 3 years ago. But yeah, there was a point in time where I was just like, yeah, like, you know, maybe this isn't for me. Like, and I was about to go back to school. And I just remember thinking about like the fact that I was thinking about going back to school, and like the way it made my stomach feel was like, that's not what's meant for you. Some people it is. It is not for me. It is not for me. You know, like, I love continuing my education through certifications, you know, through shadowing people, just through experience. Like, I have learned so much more through experience than I have ever learned from a textbook or a teacher. So that's just my experience with it. So, you know, I just wanted to share. And if you really want something, like, you know, when you face challenges and when people tell you that, like, you know, it's not the best thing for you and you should do something that's safer, like, maybe the safer thing is the better thing for you, but maybe it's not, you know? And, you know, now I'm like a very successful personal training business, you know, and I just want to sort of put the message out there that if you're passionate about something and if it feels right, like, don't let it go and keep pushing for it, because you honestly are capable of anything. And I had adults, like so many adults, telling me like, Lucy, you know, you really should do something that's more like safe, and, you know, that just is like keeps you financially stable. And, you know, like, if I had listened to them, like, I wouldn't have the business that I have right now. Like, if I had listened to all the people that told me like, you know, you shouldn't keep personal training because like you never know, like, but I have such a passion for like helping people, and I'm so glad that like I just pushed past all the challenges and all the things that when people like doubted me and told me not to do it, because it honestly made me a stronger person. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but it really just makes it so much more worth it, because it's like, this really is something I love so much and I feel so passionate about, and I'm so glad that I pushed myself and like believed in myself enough to get to where I am now. Yeah, and so like, I'm so grateful to have like a successful personal training business. Like, I'm so grateful for my clients, and, you know, I feel like it's what I'm meant to do. Like, I really feel like I'm meant to be a personal trainer, and just a health and wellness coach, and then also a singer and a performer. Like, that's what I am meant to do. Like, I feel it in my bones. Like, I have no question about it. And I'm going to make that happen for the rest of my life. Like, that is what I'm going to do. Like, I have no doubt about it. I have gotten myself this far. I have pushed past so many barriers and so many people trying to change my career and trying to change certain things. And I've had a lot of support as well. Not saying like, oh, everybody's trying to tear me down. Not at all. But, you know, of course, like, people worry and people want you to be good and just make sure that everything is good. But for me, like, you know, I live by life is short, and I live by, if I die tomorrow, I want to die knowing that I was living a life that I truly connected with and I like felt happy with, you know, and that I didn't let anybody sort of like put me in a different direction from what feels right for me. So I just wanted to, you know, sort of spread this message and let you guys know that, you know, if you have a dream, chase it, because it's very possible, you know, and because it's people believing in me, you know, people supporting me, people loving me, people trusting me. But it also came from my passion and the love that I have for this and the trust that I had in myself. And just the feeling that I have in my body, like the gut feelings, you know, like you really have to trust that, because your body really does tell you so much, you know, where you feel safe, where you don't feel safe. You know, I used to work these jobs where like I was on my feet all fucking day, like literally all day. Like I would come home, I got tendonitis in my feet time after time. And I was just like, I was working so much, like since like I always loved, you know, making money and being able to support myself. So, you know, being able to support myself financially was always something that I was very passionate about. So, you know, I was working from a young age, and I always like, I didn't hate it. I liked it. I liked having my own money. You know, I feel like I've always been like a businesswoman. Like I don't want to be working 12 hours a day on my feet, you know, like I don't want to be working for other people. Like I worked under so many like male bosses. Ever since I was like 16, I was like, I do not want to work under any men anymore. Like I do not want to have a man managing me. So I'm about to wrap some more Christmas gifts. But yeah, so I'm about to wrap some more Christmas gifts. I realized like 2 or 3 years ago that gift giving is one of my love languages. So I just love giving gifts to people. So that's what I'm gonna do. It just makes me so happy. I love it. So, you know, I'm just right now I'm just rehearsing a little bit. I'm gonna try to record a cover or two. Hi everyone, so I just wanted to come on here and remind that we're not here to be perfect, okay? Say it with me, we're here to make progress, okay? So if you're struggling right now and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm not where I want to be, like just frustrated how life has just continued throwing shit in your face, I get it, okay? And it's another beautiful day to love yourself and love who you are and accept where you are in your journey, whatever that means for you. So that is all for today. Don't forget, progress not perfection, okay? Don't forget. All right, so currently I'm trying to find an outfit for my performance in January, just because I'm the type of person that, like, if it starts getting close to the time and like I don't know what I'm wearing, then I will start freaking out. And the worst thing is if we get to the night of the performance and I'm like still unsure, that will be a disaster, absolutely, because I will get there so stressed. And I don't know, like I may be late, like, you know, like I just need to like figure everything out ahead of time, because that's how I'm gonna be smart, okay? So anyway, so I'm just trying to figure out the top. Like I don't know, it's like a 2-piece thing. The most important thing is that I want to feel extremely comfortable. So that is the most important thing, okay? So I do like to have like my arms covered. I know that, you know, it's winter, and also like I know I'm gonna feel more comfortable like that. So trying to figure out like a combination of things that will make me feel good, okay? So obviously I'm not wearing the sweatpants, even though, you know, if anyone performs sweatpants, like, you know, it's a vibe too, you know, in a different way. But yeah, so I'm thinking of putting some like oversized pants on. So I will show you guys that eventually. But anyways, just wanted to, you know, show you what's going on. And yes, have a wonderful day if you're, yeah. So anyways, I hope that everyone's having a wonderful day. And let's say it together. We're here for progress, not perfection. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am. What? We're not here to be perfect. we're here to make progress. So speaking of progress, okay, I'm gonna keep uploading the songs that I am working on for my performance on January 18th. The tickets to that show will also be in the description. So if you live in New York City, come through to my show. The tickets are $10. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue uploading songs that I'm gonna be singing at my show, so you guys can see progress and you can see that I'm not perfect. But I am making progress, even if it's like a very little bit, okay? So anyways, thank you for watching.